Hey, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel once again. Today it is Wednesday, June the 18th, and I'm at the corner of Bathurst and Bloor Street. And today it is another episode of Walking Wednesday. So got some crazy people around here. So today's walk, we're walking south from Bloor and Bathurst to maybe to Fort York, Bathurst. All right. So let's begin the walk. We gotta wait till this light change. So this is the Bloor Annex area. I did a Bloor walk from here going eastbound to Young Street. So I will put that in the end credits and you can check that one out. All right. All right. And there goes the 511 Bathurst Street car. Whoa, look like there's a big gap somewhere right on that track over there. I just heard the vehicle wheel go boom boom. So it's a little bit overcast today. There's thunderstorms. You can tell it was raining a little bit earlier. I don't know if it's going to be raining on and off, but I do have my umbrella in my backpack. I have the Randolph Theater right over there. It looks like a church. This is Lennox Street right here. I see a building over there. I don't know what it is, but it's always fascinating how the tree or whatever, I guess, grass grows on the building. So this is a community co-working catalyst. I don't know what they do over there, but you see the leaves on the side of the building. We have Annex Animal Hospital right over there. All right, so a couple of days ago, one of my subscribers asked me to explain how to get their Canadian visa. Because last week Friday, I got my renewed passport. So I'm going to try and explain what you need to do, because I'm really not good at explaining things. It depends on what it is about. So I'm going to try my best. So if you are watching this, the subscriber who wants to know how to get your Canadian passport. So there's a few things that you have to do. Now the first thing, or the first two things, I don't really think it has to be in order. But this is what I did. So what I did, I went to take my passport photo, and you can do that at, maybe your local store or wherever they do passport photos. And you pay the money. It's better you go to like maybe like a convenience store or pharmacist that you just pay less. All right, so you take your picture. You're gonna get, I believe it's two photos, and so they will give an extra one, so there'll be three. So once you get your photo, the next thing, or as I said, in this way, it doesn't really matter what you do first. You can go to your local passport office, all right? And I believe this is where you'll go to, like Service Canada, or yeah, because I think most of them are like in Service Canada, and most of them do have their own building. And you ask for a form saying that you want to apply for a Canadian passport. Now in my situation, I just needed a renewal because I had the old one, so I needed the renew passport form. All right, so once you get that, and before, just make sure you check where your closest passport office is. All right, check first, because you don't want to be going too far. All right, so the next step is, once you get the form, you have your photo, you have up to 6 months from within when you take the photo to fill out as much information and make sure everything is accurate and correct. Your address, name, phone number, and your reference, and where you work, or if you don't work, you put whatever unemployed for the past 2 years. So make sure you do that within 6 months, because if you don't do that, then you have to take the photo again and then get a new form to fill out. All right. Now, getting your first Canadian passport, I'm not sure if you need a guarantor. A guarantor is someone who is not part of your family, and they work as a teacher or doctor or a mechanic or something, and you use them as a guarantor. All right. Now the next step is, when you are filling out the form, there's two options. You can either select 5 years or 10 years. So 5 years is $120 Canadian, and 10 years is 100 and someone have to correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's 140 or 160. I'm not sure, but I know the 5 years is 120 because I did 5 years, and the reason why I did that, because the last time I did 10 years and I didn't really go anywhere within the 10 years and beyond. All right, because maybe you want to travel within those 10 years. You're going to be traveling maybe 3 times a year. I don't know. So it's better you get the 10 year. But if you want to do 5 years, that's up to you. All right. So once you have your photo, you fill out information on the paper. You go back to the passport office and you hand them the paper. There's going to be a lineup because every day people are getting their passport or renewing their passport. So the office are mostly very busy, and just pay them the money, whatever years you're doing, and that's it. And then you wait in the mail for about 7 to 10 business days, and you're good to go. All right, so this is College Street right here. And remember, they had the Taste of Little Italy right over there between Bathurst and up to Shaw Street. So I hope my explanation of getting a Canadian passport was helpful. I tried my best on how what I have to explain. So I made sure I didn't talk too fast so you can understand word by word what I was saying. Alright, we got the beer store over there. And this over there is the Bathurst College Center. So you have UHN, City Optical, there's a Freshco, Scotiabank, and another streetcar going north to the Bathurst station. And I feel like I have rocks in my shoes as well. Or we got Winners over there. Mr. Greek. You have a person on their phone not paying attention. Another person on their phone not paying attention. Firehouse Subs. "60 Wings" and Bathurst Western Dental. And this is Nassau Street, right over here. All right, I'm gonna pause this and empty out these rocks in my shoes, so I'll return in a bit. Stay tuned. All right. We have a Ukrainian church right over there. New surgical patient tower coming 2028. So I believe that is what they are building right over the fence over here, over the wall here. So this is Toronto Western Hospital right here. Shoppers Drug Mart right here. All right, so this is Bathurst and Dundas Street West. I also did a Dundas Street West walk from here to Young Street. Well, I don't know what that smell is, but something I don't want to be breathing in. Whatever it is, it smells awful. I remember I did a walk here along Bathurst Street to King Street. I believe it was last year or maybe earlier this year, but I don't know if I have that video on my channel anymore because I've deleted so many videos. It's going through the whole frustration, but I've now calmed down and couldn't care less anymore about who unsubscribes or who doesn't watch anymore. As I mentioned, I believe last week, I have no control of who wants to watch my stuff. You know? So, and when it comes to posting, I'm not posting every day. I try to expand it like maybe every two days or 3 days, but mostly 2 days before I post a new video or upload a new video. This is Alexandra Park right over here, and I remember they had a bunch of the homeless tents people all in this area right here, and the government cracked down and evacuated them. I don't know where they are now. Hopefully in a good home or a good shelter. It's an interesting artwork right here. All right, so there's a few other things I'd like to talk about while I'm walking to Fort York and Bathurst. Yesterday, sending condolence to the Leroy Gibbons family. Leroy Gibbons is or I should say was, because he's now deceased, he's now passed off. passed away yesterday. He's a Jamaican reggae singer. One of my favorites as well. All right, so I'm gonna pause this and I'm gonna return with the story. Stay tuned, folks. All right, so here once again. So as I was saying, Leroy Gibbons passed away yesterday in Jamaica. One of my favorite singers. He had a ton of big hit songs. It was unfortunate. He collapsed in a studio yesterday. I'll just say I believe it was in the morning. I'm not too sure.
Stay away from me. I fucking don't even want you.
You know, certain people you don't want to show on your film. I can hear her in the background. Oh boy. Okay. Try to get far away from her so I don't have to hear her yelling and screaming. So yeah, it's with deep sadness. Leroy Gibbons. He also used to live here in Canada as well. And he was part of the recording studio of King Jammies. King Jammies is a big recording studio in Jamaica. So, and I mean, he was 74 years old. He would have been 75 this year. But yeah. All right, so this is Queen Street West. All right. And there's eastbound going on Queen, westbound Queen. All right, this is Richmond Street. Here's another street that I did on Walking Wednesdays. I'm telling you, I have a list of the different streets I've done so far. So please check out that list. It's under the Walking Wednesday list. All right, folks. So if you're new to this channel and you do like this segment here that I've been doing since last year, I believe last year November, please check it out. All right. Oh, there's Hard Knocks Boxing Club right over there. I'm hoping to get to Fort York before it starts raining again. So I'm gonna try and hurry up. And also last night, the Florida Panthers once again winning the Stanley Cup over the Edmonton Oilers in 6 games. And it was a no contest. I mean, Edmonton didn't even try. You know. So once again, the American team winning the Stanley Cup. So you can now make that 33 years since a team from Canada has won it, which was the 93 Montreal Canadiens. Oh, okay. See it right there? That was last night. I don't know who that guy is, but there he is. And there's the Florida Panthers celebrating their back-to-back cup win. And honestly, out of the 4 teams that Florida beat, only the Toronto Maple Leafs took them to 7 games. And if only Toronto had won that game 3, it would have been a different story. But gotta move on. You know, Edmonton, hey, they got to the finals again. I believe last year they went to 7 games, but this year it was 6. All right, so yeah. All right, so this is King Street West right here, and yeah, the rain is coming down. But it's not coming down like I need to put out my umbrella. Let's just watch and see. So I'm almost at Fort York. And right over this wall, this is where the Ontario line, one of the stations, going to be at King Street. All right, so this is Wellington right here. All right, let's just go underneath this for a little bit. And this is Niagara Street right here. All right, now it's coming down. So I'm gonna pull out the umbrella, folks. So stay tuned. Okay. So as I'm about to wrap up, the rain couldn't wait until I was finished. And over there is the stock market. And this is Front Street, right over here. There's a shot of the CN Tower and downtown. So I'm gonna go a little bit more right to the bridge and then wrap up the video. All right. So, oh no, all right. All right, so Fort York is right over there. All right. And once again, there's another look at the CN Tower in downtown, and there is the GO trains, Union Station, and everything else. We got the condos over there. All right. So, I'd like to thank you all for watching. This Walking Wednesday episode number 26. I don't think I mentioned it at the beginning, but yeah, this is episode number 26. And yeah, so as the rain continues coming down, if you're new, thank you all for watching, and check out my other videos as well. All right, So thank you all for the support. And remember to be good, stay positive. All right. And I do have a upcoming or 2 upcoming videos after I upload this one on Thursday. So I have one on Friday and one will be on Sunday. All right. Okay. Take care, everyone. Later.